Car repairs. Nobody likes them, right? They're stressful, they can be super confusing, and man, can they get expensive. But what if you could swap that stress for a bit of confidence? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down the most common issues your car might throw at you so you know exactly what you're looking at.
Come on, you know the feeling. We've all been there. You're just driving along, maybe singing your heart out to the radio, and then, bam, there it is, that little glowing engine symbol on your dash. It's like the universal sign for, well, this is going to cost me. But really, what is your car actually trying to say?
Okay, so instead of seeing that light as a threat, try to think of it more like a message. I mean, your car is this incredibly complex piece of machinery, right? This is its main way of letting you know that, hey, something over here needs a little attention. And you'd be surprised how often that message is something really, really simple.
So when that light does pop on, what do you think is the #1 most common reason? I'll give you a hint. It's probably not some huge, catastrophic engine disaster, and it's not some complicated sensor buried deep inside the machine. Nope, it's actually something you touch pretty much every time you fill up your tank.
Yep, you guessed it, a loose fuel cap. Our first repair isn't even a repair at all. It's kind of anticlimactic, isn't it? But your car's computer is so sensitive that if you don't tighten that cap until it clicks, it can totally trigger the check engine light. So really, before you start to panic, that's always the very first thing you should check.
I know what you're thinking. It's just a cap. What's the big deal? Well, that little gap from a loose seal, it lets fuel vapors escape, and that messes with the whole pressure system. And get this, it can actually make your fuel burn faster. You are literally letting your gas money just evaporate into thin air every time you drive. All right, so mystery of the gas cap, solved. Now, let's actually pop the hood and get into the real heart of your vehicle, the engine and all the stuff that keeps it running. These are the parts that are doing the real heavy lifting day in and day out.
So, in this section, we're going to dive into the next 4 big ones. We're talking about the little guys that create the spark, the lifeblood that keeps everything moving smoothly, the sensor that keeps performance tuned up, and what to do in that uh-oh moment when things get way too hot.
Okay, spark plugs. These are a classic example of a tiny part with a massive job. They make the spark that literally gets your engine going. Now, the plugs themselves, super cheap. But, and this is a big but, installing them correctly is absolutely critical. If you mess it up, you could be looking at some serious and seriously expensive engine damage. So if your car is having a hard time starting, or it's kind of sputtering at a stoplight, these little guys are a prime suspect.
This right here, this is why changing your oil is just not optional. Look at step 1. You start out with this beautiful, fresh oil, keeping all the parts happy and lubricated. But then, check out step 2. After thousands of miles, that oil just gets full of gunk and debris. By the time you get to step 3, it's not really doing its job well anymore, which leads you right to step 4, more friction and more wear and tear on your engine. And all of that is totally preventable.
Next up, the oxygen sensor. I like to think of this as your engine's personal trainer. It's constantly checking the exhaust to make sure the mix of air and fuel is just right. When that sensor is happy, you get the best performance and, more importantly, better gas mileage. But when it starts to fail, yeah, you'll definitely notice your fuel economy taking a nosedive. It's another one of those small parts that makes a huge difference to your bank account.
Okay, this one is super important. If you ever see that temperature gauge starting to creep up into the red zone, there is one and only one rule: pull over. Do it immediately, but do it safely. Shut off the engine and just let it cool down. And please do not try to be a hero and pop open the radiator cap. That whole system is under crazy pressure. Just pulling over can be the difference between a pretty minor fix and a completely totaled engine.
So a healthy engine is obviously important, but what about the parts that actually keep you safe? Let's switch gears here and talk about the systems designed to protect you and everyone else on the road. When it comes to this stuff, there's just no room for compromise.
And here, we're going to focus on 2 absolutely critical areas, which will bring our running total of common repairs up to 7. We're talking about your brakes and your tires.
Just take a second and let this number sink in. Over a quarter of all car accidents happen because a vehicle just couldn't stop in time. This isn't just about car maintenance, you guys. This is a life or death statistic. It really puts the importance of your brakes into perspective, doesn't it?
But here's the good news. The most common brake repair is also the most predictable one. I'm talking about brake pads. They're designed to wear down over time, usually somewhere between 25 and 70,000 miles, give or take, depending on how you drive. Your car will even tell you when it's time. If you hear that high-pitched squealing when you hit the brakes, that's the built-in warning sign telling you they're getting low. Swapping them out on time is a pretty cheap job, and it's absolutely crucial for your safety.
And then there are your tires. I mean, think about it. They are the only part of your car that actually touches the road. They affect literally everything: how you steer, how you speed up, and most importantly, how you stop. Keeping them properly inflated and making sure they have good tread isn't just a good idea, it's essential. Here's a super easy trick for you: the penny test. Just stick a penny upside down in the tread. If you can see all of Abe Lincoln's head, it's time for new tires. Simple as that.
All right, let's move on to our final category, the electrical system. You can basically think of this as your car's nervous system. And when something goes wrong here, oh man, it can be so frustrating. But the good news is, the most common electrical problems are usually pretty straightforward to figure out.
This section brings us to our final 4 common issues, which will round out our list of 11. We're going to look at the system that actually gets your car started, some simple fixes for lights, the part that powers the whole show, and a surprising source of a lot of electrical headaches.
So, your ignition system is basically a 3-part team. You've got the battery, which gives that first jolt of power. You've got the starter motor, which physically gets the engine turning, and you've got the ignition switch, which kicks the whole thing off. If any one of those 3 fails, well, that's when you get that dreaded click, click, click sound. Or even worse, just complete silence. Now, here's something a lot of people mix up. The battery starts the car, but it's the alternator that runs the car. While you're driving, the alternator is constantly recharging your battery and powering everything else: your headlights, your radio, all of it. So what are the classic signs it's failing? Well, if your headlights dim when you're stopped at a light, or you have a battery that just keeps dying no matter what you do, you should probably look at the alternator. And for our last one, here's a culprit you probably weren't expecting: an aftermarket alarm. Yeah, that fancy alarm system you had installed? If it wasn't done just right and perfectly matched to your car's electrical system, it can cause total chaos. A bad install can slowly drain your battery or mess with other parts, leading to all kinds of weird problems that can be a real nightmare to track down. Okay, so we've gone through all 11 of these common issues. What's the big takeaway from all this? Really, it's all about making a simple but really powerful shift in how you think about your car. It's about going from being reactive, just waiting for something to break, to being proactive and ready for anything.
So yeah, the takeaway here really just boils down to this. Taking care of the small stuff, the regular maintenance, prevents those huge expensive problems down the line. And just paying attention to the little warning signs, a new sound, a weird smell, a light on your dashboard, that's what saves you money and a whole lot of stress. At the end of the day, being an informed driver just means you have a safer ride and a car that's going to last you a whole lot longer.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Now that you have all this info, what's one simple thing you're going to check on your car this week? Are you going to check your tire pressure? Maybe pop the hood and check the oil? Or hey, maybe just go make sure that gas cap is clicked on tight. What's it going to be?